So where do you want to sit?
I don't care. I can't believe it's already graduation. I remember how excited we were when we first came here as freshmen.
I know, I remember wearing my jersey for the first time. It's all gone by so fast.
I know, none of it's the same though, is it?
No, senior year clearly didn't go as planned.
Let's be honest, it's really all my fault. If we didn't go to that stupid party, none of this would have happened.
Hodge, Brendan, Jimmy, come here for a second. All right, so there's a couple of things we got to go over. We start practice on Monday. You guys have really worked hard over the past 4 years. Now going into your senior year with all the hard work over those 4 years that you've done in the weight room, in the classroom, and everything else, I don't want to see that get spoiled or ruined for you guys, okay? And the only way that can happen is if guys start making bad decisions. What I mean by that, and we've had these conversations before, from when you guys were in 7th and 8th grade, talking about going to parties, making good decisions. So the message is you don't need that stuff to have a good time. You can get together with your friends, you can have a party without making bad choices about drugs and alcohol. And drugs and alcohol can lead to some serious stuff, especially now that all you guys are driving. You can have fun by making good decisions and still joke around with each other. And not only yourselves, but you also have to be leaders with the younger kids. If they're out and you know they're going to make some bad decisions, you need to sit down and talk to them. In other words, if you don't drink, you don't do drugs, and you don't drive, then those accidents don't happen. You know, I had the experience in high school, right after I graduated when I was in college, that one of my friends from high school died in an alcohol-related accident. They got in a car with a kid that had been drinking, you know, and they hit a tree, and my buddy died. And I had to go back for his funeral and wake from college, and you know, it's a life-changing experience, and I don't want to see any of that stuff happen to you guys. So this is something that's important to me, and you know, I don't want to see anything like that happen to you guys or anybody else in our program or anybody in general. The reality is kids die every year from it, and we got to make sure that nothing like that ever happens here, and that starts with you guys making good decisions and also letting your teammates know that they need to make good decisions when it comes to those things. Make sure you guys are doing the right thing when it comes to that stuff, okay?
You got it. Yes, Coach.
Hey, Brendan, there's a party tonight. You want to go?
Maybe, but what about what Coach just said?
Well, I mean, we don't have to drink or smoke. We can just hang out.
All right, yeah, that's true. I'll text Natalie.
All right, let me know.
All right.
Brendan just texted me saying there's a fire tonight. Do you think you're gonna go?
I don't know, I was supposed to hang with Jim, so probably not.
Come on, can't you just go somewhere without Jimmy for once? You've only been dating since like 3rd grade.
I'll try to convince him to come, but you're only going because of Brendan.
Alright, whatever. It's our senior year, let's just go.
Alright, I'll try to convince him to come. Do you want to go to the fire tonight? Natalie asked me to come.
I don't know, we just got out of practice and I think Coach Hodge wouldn't want us to go.
Okay, well, I'm definitely going, so just come for a little.
Why can't we just come to my house?
Because everyone's going to be there. It's the last fire of the summer.
Alright, I'll go.
Okay, see you there.
See ya.
Bye.
Just a young gun with a quick fuse. I prefer
Ready? Yeah. Hey, just got this in Ireland. We're drinking good tonight.
Hey guys. Hey. Here you go. Thanks. How long have you been here?
A while. I've been here for like probably since it started.
I just about to play.
A few minutes after.
Like that. In like the air.
All right. You're welcome.
He's on Manchester United.
No, he's not
even nice.
Hello, ladies.
Hi, Brendan.
How's it going? How's the party?
I mean, we just got here.
You ready to have a fun time?
Oh, yeah.
Jim, thanks for coming. I didn't want the third wheel with Brendan and Natalie all night.
Where have you guys been? Me and Dylan have been here for like 45 minutes.
I don't know. Natalie's getting ready, and so I had to wait for her to leave.
Okay, me and Dylan might take off soon though because we're pretty hungry.
Can't he wait 30 minutes to eat?
Let's go, bro.
Alright, hold up.
I think Natalie and I are just gonna leave when Brendan leaves, so we'll just meet you there.
Okay, just give me a call if you need a ride or anything.
Alright, I will. Have fun.
All
See you
right.
later. I'll let you know. Nat, Jim and Hodge are gonna leave you with food now. Do you just want to leave with them?
No. Why don't we just stay a little bit longer and then we can just leave when Brendan does?
Are you sure it'll be good to drive by then?
I'm fine. It's only like 5 minutes away.
Alright, I'll just tell Jimmy that we'll meet them there later.
I think I'm gonna take off.
Okay, we'll catch up with you.
Alright, cool.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye, Brendan.
Peace out.
Oh, okay.
Get home safe.
Yeah, hey, are you ready to go? Brendan's leaving.
Yeah, are you sure you're good to drive? I can have Jimmy come pick us up.
I'm fine, Mom.
Alright, let's go. I'll tell him we're on our way. Nat, slow down. You're going pretty fast.
Relax, I'm not going that fast.
Are you okay? How did it go with Brendan tonight?
I don't know, he didn't really seem into it.
Yeah, I saw that. He was acting really weird.
Yeah, I guess I'm just disappointed because I really thought he liked me.
Yeah, I know. It's okay though. You can do way better anyway.
Yeah, I can.
And the Jay-Z song was on.
My
and
girl.
the Jay-Z song was on.
So up for my hands, up to play my song.
You said the gun was mine. Is it cool? No, I don't like you. But I got smarter, I got harder in the nick of time. Honey, I rose up from the dead, I do it all the time. I got a list of names and yours is in red underlined. I check it once, then I check it twice.
Walk right in this room right here. You're gonna have to see the good match.
Police in South Windsor are investigating a crash last night that left one teen seriously injured. According to police, one teen was taken to Connecticut Children's Medical Center with life-threatening injuries. The 17-year-old driver of the car was charged with driving under the influence. The crash closed a section of Avery Street for an hour and left several Eversource customers without power.
Hi, Doc. How are you tonight?
Hey there, how are you?
17-year-old female, high-speed impact into a telephone pole, has been unresponsive since we got with her. After extrication, we decided to intubate her. We started some IV fluids. Blood pressure's a little bit low, but outside of that, everything else looks good. She has some major head trauma from what we can tell, and she has not moved her legs at all since we've been with her, okay?
All right. Any idea how fast she was going?
High speed, unsure. Everybody is ready. Count 1, 2, 3. There we go.
All right, so, yep, let's get her bagged. And her airway's intact because she has ET tube.
She has tube. It's been pretty good.
All right, let me just check the breath sounds.
Okay.
I see that she has an IV in place already, which is good. We need to get some fluids running. Okay. I see the fluids up. Okay. She has pulses here as well.
What we've noticed is a whole lot of bruising along the face here, as you can see around both of her eyes. I had a large laceration to the head here. It's already bleeding through the bandage that I have on.
Okay, well, we'll take that down later. Right now, we can see that she has bilateral orbital ecchymoses. Her C-spine appears to be intact. I don't feel any bony deformities right now. I see that there's an ecchymosis on the lateral aspect of her left arm, as well as the lateral aspect of her elbow. Okay. Nope. All right, and her bilateral lower extremities seem to be intact as well. No bony deformities. Let's get an EKG on her as well. If you can, I'd like some blood work drawn. I'd like a CBC, I'd like an ABG, I'd like electrolytes and LFTs and coags as well. And we also send off a UTOX and a type-in screen in case she needs blood.
100/56. She's only got a pulse rate of 63. Satting at 97% right now.
Okay,
with
good.
bag in place.
Her O2 sats are good. Her heart rate should be more elevated, given that her blood pressure is a little low. Makes me concerned. You told me that she wasn't moving her lowers. Makes me concerned that she has some sort of a spinal cord injury. Again, we'll have to get her over to the CAT scanner and scan her from head to toe to further evaluate that.
All right.
Hello, Mrs. Krusha. This is Officer Johnson with the South Windsor Police Department. I'm here to notify you that your daughter's been in a very serious accident. She's currently at Hartford Hospital. I'm sure she's getting the best of care. If you don't feel able to drive, please contact somebody so you can get there safely.
Hello, Mommy's here. She wants to see her daughter. This is Dr. Walker right here.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
I'm Dr. Walker. I'm one of the trauma surgeons. I've been taking care of your daughter. I don't know if you know the story, but she hit a telephone
the police
pole.
came to the door earlier.
Okay. Alright, so we've worked her up. She's stabilized. We have a breathing tube in for safety. She doesn't appear to have any broken bones. We got her into the scanner. But the scanner did show that she has a TBI, a traumatic brain injury. She has a brain bleed. We won't know how that affects her yet. And it also showed that she has a spinal cord injury as well.
What does that mean? Oh my god.
So cops told me that she wasn't moving her legs, so That in conjunction with the CAT scan has me concerned that she may be paralyzed from the waist down.
Well, when will you know? What could you do to make sure that she's not going to be paralyzed?
We're doing what we can. We have to make sure that her blood pressure's at a stable level, keep her spinal cord perfused, but we won't know the extent of the damage until we get her stabilized.
Is she in any pain right now, or?
Right now, we have her on a medication, propofol, to keep her sedated so that she can be ventilated comfortably. And she's also on a fentanyl drip, which is pain medications to keep her comfortable.
What do we do now? I mean...
Now we're going to get her into the ICU. We're going to monitor her neurostatus. We have to make sure that her brain bleed doesn't get any worse, because that may need surgical intervention by one of our neurosurgeons.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. This isn't real.
I know it's tough, but she's here, she's stable, and we're going to keep a very close eye on her now.
Natalie, my name is Ben. I've been hired by your parents.
How is she? How's Lauren? No one will tell me how she is.
Based on the charges that they're bringing against you, I'm going to assume that she's suffering from significant injuries, but other than that, I really don't know. I can tell you that likely when we go to arraignment here in a few minutes, they're going to charge you with DUI, reckless endangerment of a minor, reckless driving, and failure to obey a stop sign. So what's going to happen in just a few minutes is we're going to leave here, we're going to go into court, and we're going to enter a plea of not guilty in response to all of these charges. Okay? When we go there, let me do the talking to the judge. There will be a judge there, and there will likely be a lot of other people who are all being arraigned this morning. But I'm going to talk, and we're going to enter a plea of not guilty for you. And that way, if we change our mind in the future, we can always go back, but we can't admit guilt right up front. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions about how the proceeding is going to go this morning?
Am I going to jail?
Probably not. So that's some of the good news here, is that because you're a minor, you're probably not looking at jail time. We probably are looking at significant probation, though. Okay, and that's no laughing matter.
When will I see my parents?
Right after arraignment. Right after we're arraigned, there may be a few minutes of processing to kind of get you released from custody, but then you'll be able to see your parents immediately after that. Okay. Looks like we need to leave.
So Lauren's doing well. She started to make gains, and she's actually ready to go to Gaylord, one of our better rehab facilities.
Okay.
Okay. Physical therapy has been working with her here. Unfortunately, they haven't seen any recovery in her legs yet, so they've been keeping her upper body strong. In terms of her brain injury, we've noticed that she's had some cognitive issues, mostly with memory and concentration, and they'll be able to work on that at the rehab facility as well.
When can I go back to school?
So we don't know. Right now, I don't think you're ready to go back to school, and with the type of injuries that you have, there's no telling, so it can be quite a while.
So what about college in the fall for her, and high school walking, for her graduation? I mean, is there anything you could tell me now?
So in terms of her going to college in the fall, that might be postponed. Again, I don't think she's ready. And then with respect to her walking across the stage, she hasn't shown any regaining of her function in her legs, so I don't know if she'll be able to walk.
Now, what about down the road? Like, if she wants to have children, is this going to impact that?
It shouldn't impact her ability to have children, but it could impact her ability to take care of her children.
Dr. Walker, I just want to thank you so much for all the time and care that you've given to Lauren. It means so much to my husband and I, and he wished he could be here, but he's home with the kids right now. And Lauren, it's going to be a long road, but it's going to be okay. And again, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you and the hospital and all the staff for all you've done for us.
Natalie, I just got back from meeting with the prosecutor, and I know that when we were at your arraignment earlier, we entered a plea of not guilty. But the prosecutor is offering to reduce some of your charges, and I recommend that we plead guilty to what the prosecutor is offering. They're going to charge you with DUI, reckless endangerment of a minor, reckless driving, and possibly failure to obey a stop sign, but I think we can get that one knocked off if we accept the plea deal. And what that would mean is that you are likely looking at some period of probation. We can work with the prosecutor on narrowing what that time frame will be. You're going to lose your license for a period of time, and you're also going to be looking at having to use a vehicle ignition interlock device on your car for at least a year. Are you familiar with that type of device is? And so from my perspective, this is really the best chance that we have to keep the impact of this event on your life to as minimum as possible. If we try to take these to trial, you could be looking at a much longer period of probation. You could be looking at a much longer period of working with the interlock. And so this is what I recommend we go with. Do you have any questions or concerns?
So is a civil lawsuit likely?
Well, that's still up in the air, and that's still a possibility. And you know, the victim, for lack of a better word, her parents could still bring a suit, you know, saying that you caused her injuries. And depending on, you know, what her employment prospects and, you know, where she was going to college and things could sort of adjust how much money in terms of damages they could ask for. One thing we could do at the trial is we could say that she, you know, willingly got into the car with you, and that she, you know, contributed to the negligent act in some way, and that, you know, so therefore any reward that she gets in terms of money should be reduced because, you know, she was also negligent or partially to blame for the accident. But ultimately, we'd still have to convince a judge and jury of those facts. One thing that pleading guilty does is we would be conceding that you were partially at fault to blame for the accident, and so that would make a civil case against us much harder. But from my perspective, it's worth it in order to reduce the period of probation.
Okay. Now, Natalie was accepted to a college in another state. How does this work with that?
Well, she would either have to get permission from her probation officer on a case-by-case basis to go to college, or we would have to talk to the court and have them put that in the probation order that she can't leave the state except to attend university, you know, and we'll designate the school in the states that she can travel between. So I think that's doable. But, you know, probation, it's not a small hill to climb. It's going to be a major imposition on her life, and that's one of the reasons why we want to try to keep it as short a term as we can. You know, sort of hand in hand with that is, you know, I don't know where you've been accepted, but if you have been accepted someplace, you should take a real hard look at your enrollment agreement and see what the terms are, because you may have to disclose this event to the university, and that may affect their decision whether or not they want to keep extending their offer to you.
What would have happened if Natalie was 18?
If she was 18, we'd be looking at much more significant charges. The prosecutor could have charged her with causing severe bodily injury to another, and she could be looking at a period of jail time. So it's very fortunate that she is not 18. It's certainly not fortunate that this happened, but if she was a little bit older, she could be looking at much more serious consequences.
So I think the plea might be our best option here.
Controversy in South Windsor tonight following a teen's plea deal after an accident that left another teen unable to walk. The plea agreement was entered by a teen who was arrested after an August crash on charges of driving under the influence. She pled guilty to lesser charges this week that do not carry any jail time. Many in town are upset the teen isn't facing harsher charges considering the extent of the injuries.
Look what you did to my ankle, dude. Maybe if you could block, I'd be fine.
What's your problem?
You don't block for me, and you definitely didn't help Lauren. I mean, you let her get into a car with Natalie who was drunk.
You're really gonna blame me for Lauren going to a car where she knew Natalie was drunk?
Whatever, dude.
Alright.
How's it going, Coach?
Good. How's Lauren doing?
She's not bad, you know. She's fighting, but Doctors think she'll be all right.
Well, that's good to hear. How are you doing with all this?
I mean, it's been pretty tough. Practice kind of helps me get away from everything, though. Like, makes me feel a little better.
Yeah. Well, you can lean on your teammates. You can certainly contact me anytime you need anything or to talk. So if there's anything you need, just let me know.
All right.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
I'll see you.
See you.
Maybe we could ask Mandy to tutor?
Oh, hey, Mandy. Do you have a minute?
Yeah. So we just finished a conference call with Lauren Kirsch's parents. She should be getting discharged from Gaylord sometime soon, but they don't think she's going to be able to return to school.
She's doing better.
She is. Physically and cognitively still has some work to do, but they're starting to think about putting in tutoring now to keep up with graduation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Can you do it? Do you have the time?
Possibly. I'm already tutoring Natalie at this point, so it would really depend on, what Lauren needs at the time. But I would, do it if I can.
I thought Natalie was okay.
She is physically, but she's a mess mentally. She has criminal and civil charges pending right now, and she has been being harassed by, her peers and her former friends, and, getting all these hate messages. So she really, I don't think she's planning on returning to school this year at all. And even her doctor, I think, is advising against it.
That's awful.
Yeah. So if I were to tutor Lauren, do we know yet what curriculum I'd be following?
We need to check with the doctors on that too, but we'll probably set up a PPT so we can make an IEP for her to see what actually needs to be covered, what she needs.
All right, well, just let me know. If I can help, I certainly will. We can kind of see how it goes.
We should really catch the bus now.
Hey, Lauren, it's so good to see you.
You too.
I'm so glad you're back. It's really nice to see you.
You too.
Yeah, we should go catch the bus.
Right,
Bye.
Yeah.
This is so awkward. I feel like I don't belong here anymore.
Lauren, stop. You do belong here, and you are here.
Really, Jimmy? Did you watch the slideshow? Everything has changed. I should have been excited looking at the pictures from middle school and when we were freshmen, but all it did was bring back memories of how I couldn't play lacrosse this year and how I am not friends with Natalie. One night and my entire senior year was ruined. Even on Twitter, do you remember this? Where's the fourth picture from this year's homecoming? Oh, and I forgot to ask, how was senior night for football, baseball, and basketball? I didn't get to go to any of them. I didn't even have my own senior night for lacrosse.
You need to calm down. We can't change what has happened, but it will get better. I mean, you're here. This is a huge step for you.
Better? Like what? Senior reception where I had to be wheeled in by you and have everyone stare at me and then call my mom to have me leave early? I know it's not your fault and I'm not mad at you, but you get to walk across the stage as if nothing happened, get your diploma like any other regular kid, while I'm wheeled across and getting stares from everyone in town. I can't even use crutches. My mom wants me to go to Operation Graduation tonight. That will be great. I can see Natalie's mom and talk about how we used to be friends. I have no one to hang out with anyway.
Plenty of people will want to hang out with you tonight. I mean, none of this is going to matter tomorrow anyways if it sucks. This is graduation day. We have our whole lives ahead of us.
Really? What's ahead of us? You're gonna be in college in the fall while I'm sitting home with my mom so she can bring me to physical therapy appointments. I don't even know if I can go to college. I can't even remember what I had for lunch yesterday.
Look, you can't change what happened, but you need to stop being angry about this. No one is angry at you, and no one blames you for the accident. Yes, people feel bad for you, and no one wants to be in your shoes, but no one hates you. You're just pushing them away. You're getting mad at people asking how you are and how you feel. And all year I've heard, how's Lauren doing? How's Lauren doing? Like, everyone cares about you. Can't you just go to graduation and the party tonight and move on? It's not over, it's just different.
Fine, get my chair, let's go.
Good morning. Shouldn't you be getting ready to go to graduation rehearsal?
I really thought I could do this, but I don't think I can.
Why? What's going on?
Everyone keeps talking about me on social media, and Jimmy keeps texting me.
Natalie, you never have to see these people again. You worked so hard, 4 years. You deserve to go to graduation.
I don't know if I can.
What up?
What's up?
New car?
It's my brother's, actually.
Cool. How was your first year of college?
It was alright. How was yours?
Oh, mine was fine. Did you hear Custer's back in town?
No, I didn't. How's he doing?
He's doing good. He liked the Army.
Really?
Yeah, I'm having some guys over tonight. He's gonna be there. I know everyone will love to see you.
What are you guys doing?
Probably, get some food, watch a game, maybe play some poker, so bring some money.
Sounds good. Who's going?
Hodge, Cap, Alex, Mo, Ben, obviously.
Alright, I'll see you there.
I'm glad you're coming. It's been way too long since we've been all together.
I know it has.
See you later.
Hello, and thank you for taking time to participate in South Windsor High School's biannual It Takes One program.
The goal of this program is to educate students about the dangers and consequences of distracted driving and is designed to promote good decision-making, particularly in the context of alcohol and other drugs.
And the video you just watched was a dramatization designed to highlight the impact that one decision can have on your life and the lives of others.
You are encouraged to be reflective and to make responsible, mature choices in the future. Please be careful whenever you get behind the wheel. Put your phone on airplane mode. Watch your speed and never ever drink or use drugs before driving.
A project of this magnitude requires the cooperation and support of many individuals and organizations.
In particular, we would like to thank Hartford Hospital, the South Windsor Police Department, Fox 61, Coach Hodge, Amanda Flaxbart, Principal Sullivan, and our student actors for their contributions to this project.